Okay, starting from the bottom left corner, you can see there's a black square. That is where our guild is going to start. It's going to be one of the four corners that look exactly like that. That's randomly chosen at the start of each fortress match. Going from there, you can see that there's dotted lines. Those dotted lines are the representation of your heroes moving to that specific place that you chose or that outpost that you chose. Um, so it takes about 20 seconds to travel, and if you choose something and in the middle of the traveling, you decide that you want to go somewhere else, you have to wait until your heroes actually reach that outpost you chose, and then it can move to the other one. So you're going to want to be careful in choosing where you want to go at the start because you don't want to wait after that. As well, if you choose one that's far away, it will take longer. So it's not guaranteed 20 seconds. If you try to go from the middle straight to the end, it will not work. As well, so going into the circles, there's the red circles in the middle. Those are the smallest. Those are outposts, and they're only worth 20 capture points. So every time we capture one of those, whoever captures that gets 20 points for the team. As well, holding those gets us 20 points at the end. The blue ones, the blue circles, those represent the strongholds, which are 50 points. So every time someone captures one of those, we get 50 points for that, or that specific person does. And then going into the white one, that is the biggest one. That is the fortress, which is 160 capture points. That's probably where we're going to want to send the majority of our high mites to defend and as well to attack that. Okay, let's next go to the shields. You can see four different colored shields. Green, purple, blue, and red. Those all represent who's holding which specific spot, whether it's an outpost, the fortress, and or the one in the middle, the blue circle, which is the stronghold. So if our color is showing that, that means we're actually holding that, and of course if there's another color, somebody else is holding it. Okay, so let's now say that we want to attack somebody. So we're the black circle with the green shield, and we want to attack the red circle with the red shield. To the right of that red circle, you see another outpost with a red shield. So if we were to go from the black circle to the red circle, we would have to go through that red shield to the right of the red circle to get to it. So we would actually have to attack them first, take over that outpost to be able to go to the next one and get to the bigger one to score more points. We can't just go directly through it without battling them. We will have to battle both just to get to the red square. Also, to add to that, once you attack someone, if one of your heroes die, they are dead for the whole round. So if you have, let's say, 18 minutes left until the end of the round and four of your guys die, those guys are all dead until the 20 minutes end and we go into round 2 or 3. So you will not be able to use them again. Alright, let's go into attacking. So if you attack something that is already empty and nobody is holding it, you're going to verse something like this. It's going to be like the Mesa boss pretty much. And if it is not and it's already being guarded, then you will have to face an actual team. So compared to the Mesa boss, the team would basically look like this. You're going to have 6 on 6, basically like what we have with Lost Battlefield, except with 6 instead of 5. So we are going to want to have good teams of 6 because that's mostly what we will be using. And you'll probably want like a Mesa boss team and as well like a normal Lost Battlefield team as well. Now, once you create a team, it does have to have at least one on it all the time. So make sure when you're making them, you make them the correct way. As well, when it comes into the engagement of it, there are only allowed to be 2 guilds battling at each specific objective. So if there's already 2 there, you cannot attack it, so don't try to. Also, if you can't move to an objective if your guild is battling in the number of participating teams that is the maximum. So if we have already sent out the maximum number of people, you cannot go out and attack because it's already maxed out. As well, teams that are engaged in the battle can't travel to another objective until they're done. Okay, so let's actually talk about the attacking. So when you choose somewhere to attack, there's going to be a couple things that happen. So attacking and defending teams will be placed in the order that they arrive. So the first person to arrive for our team, the first person to arrive for their team will end up versing each other in the case that there's both guilds get there at the same time. For instance, the fortress in the middle, that is exactly what would happen. As well, the exact same thing in as far as defending. Each attacking team will have to go up against the defending team that showed up in that order. So if our strongest show up first, they will have to face them first, or really anybody that gets there first. They're going to be number one, number two in line down the order. Now let's talk about time limit. There's no specific time limit for the battle of control of an object. However, you do have 3 minutes to battle another team, so you do have to win it. If you are attacking in the case of a draw, the defending team does take the win if it goes into a draw. So you do actually have to kill all their heroes. If not, you lose all your heroes for that round, and as well the defending team wins, and the surviving heroes in the attacking team will all be considered dead, but the defending team will be able to continuously use their heroes still. When a team loses, there's a 3-second pause. That during that time, the winning team will reset to its actual normal position, and the losing team will be sent out for the next team to battle them. As well as attacking, let's talk about as far as the guild losing control or gaining control. When a guild loses control of the battle, the only way to do so is when that team runs out of teams to deploy to either defend and or attack that specific outpost, fortress, and or stronghold. So once we run out, that's when we would lose. The winning guild will gain control of that objective. As well, when there's a battle at an objective, the onlookers will be able to watch the attacks by clicking on the additional button that's there to watch. Alright, to end it, we're going to talk about how the guild obtains points and how we actually win. So there's quite a few different types of points. There's guild battle points, which are basically points obtained by all of the guild members. It's the total points anyways. Then there's guild capture points. These points are points that are earned after you control an objective till the end of the round. So in other words, if we capture, let's say, the fortress and we hold it all the way till the end of the round, we get those specific points just for holding the fortress and or the stronghold, and or the outpost. And that is at the end of each round, not the whole thing. So every 20 minutes we'll get those points. Another type of point is battle points. So you earn these points by either attacking an enemy or in defeating them and or losing. You do get points for losing, but there's not quite as much. As well, you get more points for attacking higher might players. So if you attack 210k might, you will get more points than if you're attacking, let's say, 170k might. So it is better to attack the higher mights, at least if you can win. So that's pretty much the basis of Fortress Feud and how it's going to go as far as right now, and at least as how I see it. I hope this is a help, guys, and I will talk to you guys later.